be studying about branding, what a brand means, its significance and the importance of it. A well-known saying is there about branding by Seth Godin, like a brand is a set of expectations, memories, stories and relationships that together account to customers' decision to choose one service over another. What is a brand? Brands are part of a strategy differentiating supply. Companies seek to better fulfill the expectations of specific groups of customers. They do so by consistently and repeatedly providing an ideal combination of attributes, both tangible and intangible, practical and symbolic, visible and invisible, under conditions that are economically viable for the company. The company wants to leave its mark on a given field and set its imprint on a product. It is not a coincidence that the word brand also means the actual act of burning a mark into the skin of an animal, of designating the ownership in this way. The diagram is a brief description of the same. Now we come to the anatomy of a brand. What is the anatomy of a brand? When we link a human figure with that of a brand. Like if we compare the head of a human figure with brand, it is linked to the strategy of the company. The heart of the human is compared to that of the values of the company. The hands and the arms are equal to that the relationship built with the company and the consumer's stomach, or can be compared to that of the content of the company or the brand. Dress is again the identity or packaging the company or the brand gives to the consumers. Legs and the feet are the tactics with which the company operates. Then we come to what is branding. Branding is much more than just naming a product or the creation of an external indication that a product or service has received an organization's imprint or its mark. Our brand aims to segment the market. The diagram shows the branding process and how these can be linked up. Here is a small checklist for the branding. Why is branding so important? Branding is very important. It is not based on what goes on but what goes in. The result is an augmented product or service which must be indicated in one way or another if it is to be noticed by potential buyers and if the company is to reap the fruits of its effort before they are copied by others. What is debranding? At a point, it is highly significant that a product which has been debranded retains a greater value than the generic product. If it were true that the brand was something purely superficial, just like a label, then such a product would lose its value as soon as it lost its signs of brand identification. Instead, it continues to incarnate the brand. The brand's passing presence has transformed the product. This explains the value of a lactose shirt without the lactose level, or Adidas shoes striped off the Adidas name. They are worth more than counterfeit imitations because the brand is present even when it cannot be seen. In contrast, though the brand may appear on an imitation, it is actually missing. Here is a case study of Diageo, which was debranded. Due to decreased presence of genuineness of the corporate brand, it did not try to build up a strong corporate brand. No brand endorsement was there. Besides, there was lack of problems for debranding, like lack of brand equity. The brand name received limited the brand support. Customers had no contact with the brand. Limited brand awareness, low levels of brand awareness and knowledge. What is the perceived quality? Perceived quality can be defined as the consumer's perception of the overall quality or superiority of a product or service with respect to its intended purpose relative to alternatives. Perceived quality is first a perception by the customer. The diagram shows or explains what a customer's perceived quality is all about. Brand personality. The brand personality is the chosen character that best communicates the brand proposition to the target audience. It is not the personality of the target audience, it is the personality that is most likely to draw their attention, interest them, and encourage them to take action and buy the product. A brand personality is made keeping in mind the following diagram. Whenever we link an advertisement, what are the basic things we come to that comes to mind, like sincerity, excitement, competence, sophistication, or readiness? Brand positioning. A well-crafted brand positioning has the following primary four components, like the desire, the situation, the truth, and the journey. The desire of the consumer. Who do we target? What drives them? How do we make them work? The situation of the culture, like the special trends or the pop culture. Which trend matters the most and when? Now, what is the truth of the company? That is the values of the company, the beliefs of the company. What product advantages the product is providing to the company or the consumers? What are the differentiators between the competing market? How do we lead it? Then we come to the journey. This is a journey which results from communication. The usage channel then comes how to connect, where to connect, and with whom to connect. Creating a brand promise is a big deal. A brand is nothing but itself is a promise. It tells consumers what you promise to do for them. That's why every organization, whether online or offline, should start its brand development process by answering a few questions like we promise to deliver what to you. For example, if you compare Victoria's Secret promises consumers that they will get the best quality fashions that make them look and feel good. It goes on to the promise that they will receive what they order in a reasonable time, and if for some reason they are not satisfied, consumers can return the items and receive refunds both in stores. Now we come to brand promise. What is a brand promise? It is a crisp idea like when we compare the love the consumer builds for the brand. There are five sources of connectivity between the brand and the consumer. Like the promise which is made is equal to the positioning. When we go to the strategy, it is the brand plan. The story of the store product is the communication. Freshness is the innovation that the brand comes with, and experience of the brand is how its culture and are the major sources of. Brand extension is another important part which affects the brand and its equity in four different ways. First, certain extensions exploit the brand capital the product sells thanks to the brand's contribution. In this case, when the product concerned scarcely differs from existing market competition, a typical example is that of the Kodak batteries or Lossignus entry in the tennis market. Brand asset management is a proven process for managing the brands as assets in order to maximize their values. The process involves the following four key phases, that is the banking assets, the utilizing assets, return on investment, and the value added. Manager. The purpose of this phase is to understand the customer perceptions and perspectives about your brand relative to the competition and opportunities for growth. This phase asks some of the following questions. Brand loyalty. What is brand loyalty? Brand loyalty is a long central construct in the marketing. It is the measure of the attachment that a customer has made with that of a brand. It reflects how likely a customer will be able to switch to another brand, especially when that brand makes a change either in the price or in the product that it features. The diagram shows the profitability linked with that of brand loyalty. Now we come to customer loyalty. There is a cycle between the customer loyalty which is admittedly observational in nature, and it can be argued that marketing is a science has largely focused on brand-centric objectives. This preoccupation has only recently been challenged by the popularization of customer-centric agenda as introduced by customer satisfaction audits and customer needs or the requirement studies. The customer and the brand has a relationship between them. The model explains the same. Now we come to brand vision. Developing a brand vision is one of the major deals. First, define the strategic and financial goals and objectives that your brand should help in achieving. How well does your brand vision link to the corporate vision? If it is not linked, can the brand asset management form that linkage? B. What financial growth gap are you trying to fill? How many dollars can the brand management add to the bottom line? And lastly, does the senior management agree on the goals and objectives for the brand? Will the brand be viewed as an asset or simply another marketing tool? Brand management is one of the most important part in branding. Brand management is a way of taking complete care of a product. It means a company uses marketing techniques in the best possible manner so that the product as a whole is highlighted, taken care of and promoted. Brand management also involves making a promise with the customers about making efforts to make the product survive as long as possible in the market. It involves defining the brand in the best way so that the people know the real essence of it. It also involves positioning the product in the mind of the customers so that they have a great image about it. Brand management also involves delivering the product to the target market audience. Brand management has a particular strategy. The diagram is a small link between the same. Now we come to the brand management that was followed by BMW. BMW, as we all are aware of, is one of the largest and the world-class car dealers. They are the manufacturers of cars that denote luxury. European manufacturers, they targeted these cars to the rich and the upper class of every country and economy. They have their headquarters in Munich, Germany. BMW has made a great fame and a name. When we come to talk about BMW brand management, we always look at the marketing mix that has been used and is still being used so that the brand flourishes and can sustain its position in the market for a long time. It gives the brand its true meaning, and in this case it has given BMW its strength and the identity. Brand management for BMW has always been done in the way that such that has made the customers stay loyal to it for the long and relate themselves to the brand. The target market for BMW has always been the elite classes. Authenticity in this class has never been a concern. The role of a CEO in brand management is one of the most important things. Like the CEO has to have some particular major qualities in him. What are they? He must be authentic and conceiving in convincing in what he is saying. He must be able to keep his emotions under control, speak persuasively, think fast and formulate clear, succinct answers. He must be able to work under intense pressure, handle the anxiety of standing before the cameras, commands a high level of respect. Talks in simple, everyday, jargon-free language. Uses positive, active language rather than default to negative, toxic language. Knows their stuff and exudes confidence. Understands the need of media and is media afraid. Prepared to rehearse, learn, and speak to the script. We would come to an end with the key principles for brand management. Leveraging information via hypothesis led via data via analysis is one of the important parts. Understanding the competition and maintain the point of difference in the market. Be consistent with your positioning over time and across platforms. Know what your target consumer wants. Manage the budgets with the scarcity mentality and get the right pricing that offers value in the eyes of the consumers. Lastly, motivate the team via the thought of leadership. Brand management ends over here, and today I would like to thank you for having patience to bear with the branding system.